What's going on, everybody? Dylan Napoleon with Cageside Press, joined today by none other than Kenyon Troy Moore, getting ready to make his Cage Titans debut. Just about a week away, man. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Camp's going well. Energy's high in the gym.
Good to hear. Appreciate you having me here. I'm rocking the shirt. This is the camp shirt. So tell me about it, man. This is a great design. Who kind of came up with it?
Thanks. So every camp, I like to come out with a new shirt almost. So ahead of time, I get an idea in my head and I sketch it out, and then I use Vision Designs in Brookfield, Connecticut, and they help put the design together and get it on the shirt for me. So I always get great support from it and a good turnout. So
yeah, this is a cool one. And then turn around real quick. Let's show the camera. These are all the sponsors for the camp. Very good. Texture MMA, of course, but I'm happy to be rocking one, man. Thank you. And as I said, 1 week away from weigh-ins today. So tell me, how has this camp been? How excited are you to finally get in there, Plymouth Memorial Hall, make that Cage Titans debut, stuff like that?
yeah, so Cage Titans has been on my radar for a while. I've wanted to fight for them for like a few years now. Camp's gone really well. A lot of like energy in the gym because there's a lot of guys fighting this month, and just like the momentum has been great. Like no injuries, much preferable to my last camp.
And like you said, you have a couple of teammates on this card, and obviously that's what brings me here so many times the past couple of weeks. Is it's a big kind of weekend, if you will, for the Texture MMA team. How excited are you to share the card with a couple teammates?
It's always great to have a few guys from the gym on the card. It's a bigger turnout for fans and more people there to cut weight and corner us, and just the energy is at an all-time high. And there's just more personalities to draw energy from and support each other, so it's great.
And I'm sure you know quite a bit about fighting in Plymouth Memorial Hall. It kind of has like this aura to it. It's a different kind of scenery, if you will. Are you excited to compete in there?
Yeah, definitely. I think you were actually the one that told me that it's like a coliseum, and then you see like the printout of like the ticket structure and how the mezzanine in the upper level like tower up over the cage. So I think it's gonna be like really electric walking in and hearing everyone from the stands scream. So I'm really excited.
It will be very fun. I've only been to one show, but I know it was a really fun one. Fighters had a lot of fun. I knew another dude who fought on that card, and he made his Cage Titans debut and loved it too. So that'll be fun. But for you, this is a fight that you had booked before back in September, right? This fight was booked.
Yep.
So tell me, this fight, was it the name that you wanted, or was it just you were how happy did it make you to get the same name, but also just get a fight in Cage Titans?
So I was pretty upset about it not working out the first time around. It was on me that it didn't. I had too many issues going on prior to the fight. So I was happy to have the opportunity to get back in there with an opponent I had already prepared for once, and unfortunately was had to pull out with very close to the fight. So I really appreciate Cage Titans giving me the opportunity to get back in there, and for Trevor taking the fight again with me, because it is a big letdown when you do all that preparation and then don't get to get in there. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity to do it again with the same guy.
And speaking of Trevor Gudde, your opponent, he's no stranger to Cage Titans, obviously. What do you know about him? What are some of the things that you've seen, a little bit of an analysis?
Well, I mean, anybody that's seen him knows that he's really tall for the 170 weight class, right? So that's a big thing. He likes clinching. He likes tripping off the clinch. He likes to stand and throw, and hopefully I can use that to my advantage. Yeah.
And with a guy like that, where do you see your biggest advantages? Where do you think you'll be able to exploit some of those weaknesses?
I mean, he's obviously taller and rangier than me, so I'm gonna have to get on the inside and trying to punish him there. I didn't really see much of his wrestling or his jiu-jitsu from the fights that I've seen, so we're just gonna have to see how that plays out in the fight.
And for you, it's been about 9 months since your last time that you fought. So how do you feel about your development, your evolution as a fighter since the last time we seen you in the cage?
So I think recently what I've been working on the most is not being one-dimensional. Early on in your amateur career, or at least for me, I feel like I was had a very specific style of going about things, and now as I face different problems in sparring and in the cage and stuff, I like trying to figure out different ways to solve those problems and ultimately become less one-dimensional.
And like we said, this is a pretty quick start to 2025 for you. How do you plan to keep this train going? Obviously, MMA is a crazy thing. Injuries come up, roadblocks come up all the time. But saying that all goes well, how do you see the next year going for you?
So with this one, I'd like to fight 3 more times this year, so 4 total, maybe 5 if it works out. I'm really trying to get the ball rolling and build momentum with this win and the ones following it.
And last but not least, man, like we said earlier, it's also your Cage Titans debut, of course. So those fans have never seen you compete up there in Plymouth. They've seen your opponent compete quite a few times, but for you coming to stop the show. What can the fans expect from you in your first showing at Cage Titans?
I think they're gonna see aggression, violence, and a desire to win like they've never seen before.
Perfect. Kenyon, Troy Moore, appreciate you, man. Thank you, bro.